guys, welcome to Pop Preview. I'm Alex.
I'm Sean.
And today we're going to be watching the new Godzilla trailer. Okay, so this is just a 1-minute trailer, so we've already got a couple of official trailers that are a lot longer than this, so this is an interesting sort of teaser. This teaser has a name, and it's called Beautiful, which is exactly how I would describe. I mean, guys, look. My Godzilla shirt came in. I mean, technically it's King Ghidorah, but we were talking about how the last review, I didn't have any swag. No Godzilla swag.
I think I'm gonna have to get some Godzilla swag at least before the...
Do it. Oh man, there's some nice
show.
Stuff out there. So I found this one on Amazon. My King Ghidorah.
Yeah, I think that's where I will go now. But I think this is just to set up what we're gonna see. I think the two trailers have done its job.
Yeah.
Considering we're pretty much almost a little bit more than a month, well, like 2 months away. I think this is just kind of to reinforce what we've already seen.
Right, but I think we're seeing some new monsters in this one.
Yeah.
So once we watch the trailers, stay tuned, because I want to talk a little bit about what those monsters are and what they might mean and where they came from, stuff like that. I think this trailer is tonal. It's a tone more than it is like showing us more of the story, because we kind of know what the story is at this point. Like, we get it. Like they're these we've ruined Earth as humans, and these titans are coming to destroy us all, and Godzilla's our only hope type idea. Yeah, which is very, very much a standard Godzilla trope, where it's like, is he friend, is he foe? He helps us sometimes, other times it's like, I don't know.
He's on his own side. Yeah. Does whatever he feels like he needs to do to benefit himself.
Well,
screw the humans.
We shall see, but let's just watch this because it's so good. Here we go.
Rodan, Ghidorah, Mothra.
Oh my.
They're everywhere.
Oh, it's comforting.
Our planet will perish.
Hang on, kid!
And so will we. Unless we set Godzilla free.
This time we join him. That's messed up. Good thing he's on our side. Beautiful. Here we go. This is Godzilla's world. We just live in it. Damn right.
Godzilla, rated PG-13. See the full trailer on YouTube now.
I mean, that's just like so poetic. Like, it's just so beautiful. Like, the choice of music, and it's very sing-song-y, like with the clips, the dialogue clips that they chose. It's very much like a song, a beautiful song. And I love the Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the Wizard of Oz sort of callback, which is nice juxtaposition.
Yeah, because it fits it beautifully in the sense that, you know, living on Earth, you think this is our world, and as the trailer clearly says, this is Godzilla's world. Rainbow. Yeah, like, we're not in Kansas anymore. This is pretty much not our Earth anymore. It's Godzilla's Earth now, and it's a Titan's Earth now. Like, we just happen to live here now. Yeah, we're not at the top of the chain now. Yeah,
and there's the nice parallel lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. We finally get them speaking. We get them speaking the names of the monsters, like Rodan, Ghidorah, Mothra. Oh my, you know, and I kind of love that. So let's talk about the monsters that we know are in this already. So, like I just said, Godzilla, obviously, our hero who was put away. Our hero. It's sort of like an anti-hero. Not really sure.
Yeah, he really is an anti-hero. He's not really doing it for, I'm going to save the humans. He's pretty much like, I just want to fight.
I think it's more than that, because the director mentioned that he wanted to give all of these creatures more than just, oh, I'm a giant monster. Like, he wanted to actually give them, like, personalities and reasons for doing what they're doing.
That's fine.
So I think that it's not just, oh, I want to fight. It's like Godzilla actually has a method to his madness, which we're going to find out what exactly that is in this new movie.
But I'm sure it's not just to help us.
I think he wants to protect life that has become what our Earth is now, like on a bigger scale. That's what I think it's going to be. They also said that Rodan, okay, so he's like the sort of bird-looking pteranodon monster. Originally, there's more than one. So I don't know if we're going to see maybe more than one, because that's pretty much what it has been in the past. Or maybe it is just this one.
Yeah.
But I love the design with Rodan, with looking like he's just coming out of a volcano. Like his wings kind of have this like lava thing going on. And I do know, so we see here that he's fighting Ghidorah in one shot. King Ghidorah. And Doherty, who's the director, has said that we're not really sure where Rodan's loyalties lie.
Good.
So he's kind of like a free agent a little bit in that sense. So that's also kind of fun. And
I mean, I think besides Godzilla, they're all kind of free agents in the sense they could be
a little bit. Well,
yeah.
we do know that like Mothra and Ghidorah have teamed up in the past historically, so it's very possible that they will be working together in that sense here. But once again, they wanted to separate the idea, like I kind of mentioned before, of monsters from like God. They're supposed to be looked at as gods in this movie. It's less like, oh, these are terrifying monsters who want us dead, but they're more like, they're gods. Then they're here to like reckon, you know, like for the reckoning.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a really nice way to tell this story. So we don't know. Mothra is a god, or a goddess, rather. We don't exactly know what's going on between them, but they're going to fight, for sure.
Well, I just like the fact that we're going to get more than just Godzilla fighting.
Yeah.
We're going to get other things. And I'm glad that, like, all these things are just making sure that, like, hey, I know some of us had a problem with the first Godzilla movie where we didn't get a lot of him and towards the end, where they're making sure that you know that this time we're going to get a lot of not only Godzilla, we're actually going to get a lot more, and it actually looks more like we're going to get more to know the rest of the Titans than we're actually going to know of Godzilla himself. Because we kind of know Godzilla, we know a little bit about him, but we don't know how all the other pieces fit, why they're here, why they're back, what they're going to be doing, what side they're on, and the fact that maybe all of them get out of this movie alive, maybe some of them do, some of them don't.
I mean, it would be really stupid for them to get the rights from Toho for these three monsters that like fans have been clamoring to see in this way for years. I know I have. I know I'm not the only one. I talked to my buddy Mike at the barbecue place today. If you're watching, thank you for talking to me about this. But we were talking about they have the rights to these Mac City Barbecue. Go there. It's crazy that they would have the rights to these iconic monsters and kill them off and we never see them again. That would be the stupidest... That would be like buying the rights to Spider-Man and you kill him off and you never make another Spider-Man movie.
I hear you.
Like, that's what that would be. That would be so dumb.
No, yes and no. But the fact that Godzilla has to fight somebody, obviously he can't fight himself.
They're not going to die. If they do that, that is the stupidest way to use.
But not all of them have to die. I think some of them, somebody has to die, or at least be sacrificed in a way, because they do have to set up Godzilla vs. Kong, which is coming out next year, and they have to fight. They're obviously going to fight each other, but they have to fight somebody else.
They're not going to kill them off. That would be so dumb.
I don't know.
I swear, if they do that, I forget.
Well, not all. I don't think they're going to kill off all of them.
Even if they kill off one, that would be so stupid to buy the rights to these iconic monsters and then not use them. Unless that's the deal they made. Unless Toho is like, well, we'll give you the rights for this one movie and that's it, which also would be dumb.
Well, I mean, we don't know. We won't find out until the movie comes out. But I think obviously this movie is going to have to set up some way somehow Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, are we going to get the metal version of Godzilla? Are they going to fight
Mechagodzilla?
Mechagodzilla. Are they going to fight that in their movie? Are they going to fight a metal version of Ghidorah?
Mechagodzilla.
We don't know, but I think those are possibilities as well as them fighting the real versions as well. So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know, but this movie will obviously 100% set up that movie for sure.
Right. And it is a strange choice that all of a sudden it's like a kaiju dump. It's just sort of like, well, here they all are! Like, it's interesting that they wouldn't just pick one. I mean, I'm not against it, but I do feel like they, like, kind of blew their load a little early here, where...
Well, we don't know where this franchise goes after the one next year, so maybe
this is the way to get everyone, like, you know,
or maybe
really
they all do survive and they're like, well, Godzilla needs help, let's go get Kong to help him. So, I mean, it can go many different ways.
Just historically, like, with the original Godzilla movies, they kind of did that again and again, where they had characters that would be killed off in one telling, and then they would come back, and like, or they would just go to bed, or like become dormant, or they would come back as something new, like Mecha Ghidorah. So there are ways that they can, of course, play with these monsters without killing them.
Yeah.
But once again, we don't really fully understand what the rights are. I just think that it would be silly if they never used these monsters again, because they're so iconic for fans. So iconic.
I hear you.
Particularly Mothra and King Ghidorah. Less so Rodan. Not a lot of people are... your, like, lay person may not be as familiar with some of these monsters. I'm here for it, though. Like,
I know, but and I think that's one of the reasons why it's possible they could kill them off, because fans aren't as familiar with Godzilla's enemies as they are of him.
I just hope that they do, and I think you mentioned this before, that they may take some time to introduce us to these monsters, and so we may learn to love them just as much, or hate them just as much as we love Godzilla, etc. As long as they're introduced to us, that sort of sets it up that, okay, so it's familiar now. If they come back, we'll know who that is.
Yeah.
You know?
If they come back in the next movie. Because I think, like I said, Godzilla and Kong gotta fight somebody. Not only, like, obviously they're gonna fight each other, and that's going to, I can't wait to see that, because that's something we thought we would never see.
Yeah.
And the fact that we are seeing it is going to be crazy.
I'm so happy about it.
And we're gonna see this Godzilla. Because the way they're showing this Godzilla, and the tease we got from him in this first movie, and this, I want to see this Godzilla fight.
Godzilla.
So we're gonna get some of that in this one, and obviously we're gonna get him fighting Kong in 2020. But I'm just really excited for this. The more and more I see of this, it's gonna make up for the first Godzilla where we got teased of him. We're not gonna get teased this time.
We're not getting enough kaiju movies, just in general, like just in my life. Like there's just not a lot of them.
If this does well, and Kong versus Godzilla versus Kong does well, they might get a sequel of them teaming up.
Right.
Or like, because I think like if these
I just
movies
want it to be a
doing
thing.
Well,
You know, like I really liked Pacific Rim for that reason, because it was just something.
The first one, not the second.
Yeah, I didn't even see the second one. I didn't even mess with that.
No.
But like the first one was just so like, oh yes, this is so Godzilla-esque, and they were gonna do a crossover at one point in time.
Thank God they didn't.
That would have been amazing if they did. That would have been
not anymore.
Incredible.
Not anymore.
But my point is that in Pacific Rim, it was like, oh wow, I haven't seen this in a while. like mainstream American cinema.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and this just looks, and the music is so good because it just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It is just so just the colors and the textures, and it just looks amazing.
Yeah. And in fact, again, like I keep harking back, but we're not gonna get teased. We're actually gonna see a lot of these battles happen on screen. I can't wait. I'm just imagining just sitting up eating the popcorn and just like soaking it all in, because like you're right, we don't get to see movies like this anymore. Not really. And even the last time we saw it, we really didn't see it because they kind of teased us. So I'm curious. Are we gonna see Kong? I really want to see
after credit sequence.
Maybe at the after credit sequence. I agree.
Well, in terms of other monsters, let's talk about those now. So in this trailer, we see two other monsters that are not Mothra, Rodan, or Ghidorah, or Godzilla. There's two more that I can identify. And when I was talking to my friend Mike today at the barbecue place, he brought up the good point that we don't have the rights to some of the other monsters. They only confirm that they have the rights for the extra 3. Like villain kaiju in this one.
Yeah.
I guess that said, it doesn't mean that there's no like surprise rights that were not gotten. You know, like they could be keeping it secret,
or they could make their own.
So that's what I was gonna say. So it has confirmed that there's like 4 or 5 completely new kaiju that show up in this movie.
Yeah.
But we definitely are teased with 2 of them in the trailer. So I just wanted to like scrub through and I wanted to like try to find those moments because this isn't. Is this the actual trailer? Yes, it is. There's one, I can't find the actual time code, but there's one where you see this like mountain-looking kaiju coming from underneath the ground.
Yeah.
And I always thought that that would be Anguirus. The reason I thought this is because in the movie Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, that's how Anguirus shows up. He comes out of the ground just like that, and he like shakes the stuff off, and he's like, "Ah!" That's how he sounds.
Does he make that exact noise?
That exact noise. So it seems like even if that's not Anguirus and that's one of the new monsters that's one of them. If that's one of the new monsters, it's clearly taking a page from that book. Like, because I've seen that movie so many times, and it's like, I know what you're doing here. Anguirus is sort of like a Ankylosaurus looking kaiju with like a spikes on his back.
Yeah,
and he's kind of on all fours a little bit. This is a different one though. This one, when they're coming out of the oil fields, that's like 16 seconds. Is that 16 seconds? Yeah. At 16 seconds, it looks like there's like scythes coming out, which is probably once again. Oh yeah. So you just had it up with the mountain just there. So at 7 seconds is when I think Anguirus comes out, but I don't think it's actually Anguirus because they don't have the rights for him.
But I like the fact that if they don't have rights to certain things, that they can make new ones that play homage, like tip the hat to the old ones, but then they can do their own things.
Yeah, and then at 16 seconds, there's some kind of kaiju that's coming out of the ground that has like scythes, and there aren't that many kaiju that have scythes in the like original Godzilla. It could be Kamacuras, who's like a praying mantis kaiju, so that would make sense. But it looks like there would be more than one anyway. But once again, they didn't get the rights to like all of these kaiju, so it's possible that it's just one of the new ones that they said that they were gonna release. So
I just want good story and good fights. That's what I want.
I know.
That's what I want.
It's just so much more fun for someone who now you know what it's like for me sitting in one of the Marvel reviews that we do, because I actually have the backstory this time, and there's stuff that I want to see as a fan of all the originals. But obviously, I'm not the only person who's going to see this. There's going to be people like you who don't know anything about what you're going into outside of the fact that, like, there's monsters.
and obviously I wanted to set up Kong somehow because they obviously retcon Kong in the sense that now he's as big as Godzilla, so we can go toe to toe with him. And obviously they're going to team. We know they're going to team up. So I just want the movie has to do 3 things. Have a good story, have good fights, and set up Kong, whether it's showing him teasing him at the end, or doing it.
King Ghidorah does some pretty sweet shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're also going to be like a metal. I think there might be a metal Godzilla. I think that's
Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, I think that might be our answer.
So,
in the sense of humans, we're like, we can't trust Godzilla. Because he's on his own thing.
Do you know the story behind Mechagodzilla?
No, not really.
So Mechagodzilla is actually built by aliens.
Yeah, they're not going to do that, I don't think.
Well, and also, I was talking with my buddy Mike at the barbecue place.
It's Mac City.
Well, yeah, but the guy's name is Mike.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm
Yes, Mac City, Eagle Rock, California, 90065. We were talking about how King Ghidorah is actually a space monster. So he comes down from space, which would make sense why he is kind of the villain here. Because he's not from Earth. So he doesn't want to protect it. He just wants to kind of do his thing and like destroy shit. So this is great. So we have it paused right now on 19 seconds into the trailer. And this shot is great because we have King Ghidorah standing on top of a volcano that's clearly erupting. And in one part of the frame is the crucifix. Or at least a cross.
Yeah.
So there's like a clear parallel between good and evil, I think.
You can see it that way, yeah.
Or we have it all wrong about King Ghidorah, and he's actually here to save all of us by like the Rapture. Like there's definitely like some parallels that you can draw between that image, and that's why I think that this director, Doherty, is like the right choice, because there is that symbolism there, and you can just see it in the trailer. So,
I mean, I just can't wait. I like this is one of the movies that I was aware of, but once we started doing it, once the trailers have come out, I've gotten more and more hyped about it, because I had a little bit of PTSD about seeing the first Godzilla, sitting in there. I'm like, where's Godzilla? Oh, Godzilla! Oh no! Oh, it's Godzilla! Oh no! You know, so it's like this one.
Well, I think that's how the originals were too, though. There was like quite a bit of a tease for like Godzilla was not a big part of those movies.
Well, I know, but because there's limitations of a guy in a suit and
no,
like
I don't think they were worried about that, Sean. I mean, they definitely were not worried about the limitations.
Yeah, but
of
that doesn't work in today's cinema. You just can't like have a character as iconic as Godzilla, and every time he's about to do something, you cut away to something else. That's not gonna work.
I mean, it depends on if you're a fan of the originals or if you're like you and you just want action all the time.
Well, it's not that I want action all the time. It's like it's his movie. Let him star in his movie.
It's actually kind of we can debate that. By the way.
I mean, we can and we will. I think once the movie comes out, but I'm just looking forward to this movie more so than I thought I was going into watching the first trailer.
Yay! So clearly whoever's cutting these trailers is doing a great job.
Absolutely. They've got me over my feelings for the first one, and I'm hyped about this one, and I'm sure it'll get me hyped for the next one.
Great.
Right.
All right. So I feel really bad that I didn't memorize the names of all the new monsters, but they are out there, so just look it up. I think one of them is Methuselah. That's the only one that I remember. I'm
sure you'll get to know them as we get to see them.
Yes. And, I do wish that there is, like, some secret, like, copyright that we were able to get the, get the rights.
It's possible. It's possible.
We'll see. Cause
they have to have an ace up their sleeve for not only this one or the next one, so... And then whatever, they might tease us with some a kaiju that's not in this one, but that's going to be in the next one. So... We don't know. We won't find out until May 31st.
Yay! Okay. Well, thank you for joining us and like watching me completely geek out. I never really get to do that.
Yeah, sure you do.
It's a really good trailer, and yeah, we're both really excited. Yeah. So I do want to hear what you guys have to say. Are you fans of the original? Have you not seen a lick of original Godzilla, and you're still wanting to see this, or maybe you're not? In which case, you're wrong. But either way, we kind of want to know what you guys have to think below. But definitely make sure to subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be doing a review on the movie. Not just this, but, a whole bunch of other movies, too, coming out this summer.
Summer's going to be a busy time.
Yeah, and of course, if you hit that little bell, you'll be notified whenever we come out with a new video, so it might be something that you really like. And yeah, just keep in contact with us, and we'll be around. So until next time, I'm Alex.
I'm Sean.
Bye.
Bye, guys.